Hey there, Scoobies. Surprise is an odd episode in that it feels like the first part of an unofficial two-parter, in the way that it feels like it's all set up. Unlike What's My Line Again Part 1, however, this is the setup for the payoff of payoffs.
You're a fool. No weapon forged can stop me.
That was then. This is now.
And where the show truly starts to get good. So, let's get into it. This is a Martin Oxon penned episode and directed by Michael Lang, who only has 3 other directing credits on Buffy. Those being Band Candy, Bad Girls, and Pangs. So, an even mix between the serious and more comedic episodes. Buffy is dreaming, and like dreams, there is some playful direction where we think she's awake before seeing Drew, and though in question, she still could be. The dream is confirmed when Buffy opens a door in her house to the Bronze. She's greeted by Willow and a monkey before moving on to her mum, and finally Angel, before he's stabbed by Drusilla, who wishes her a
happy birthday, Buffy.
Dreams in the Slayerverse are important, especially for the Slayers, as they can be prophetic. So, let's rewind a moment and see what we can make out from the interactions within this one. Let's get the easy one out of the way. Dreaming of Drusilla is the indication that she and Spike are still alive. In this case, Buffy is dreaming of Drew as she is now the threat rather than Spike himself. The fact Drew later dreams about Buffy also hints at a deeper connection between them. This also helps in the fan theory that Drew may have been a potential Slayer. Next up, Angel. This is obvious foreshadowing for what Buffy has to do at the end of the season. I believe the reason Drew is the one to stake him is a visual representation of the soulless vampire, as the death portrayed is of Angel, or Angel's soul. Unlike the other 2 Scoobies that represent the mind and heart, Willow represents Buffy's spirit. She is here as witness, as I believe that every time Buffy takes a hit in the show, so too does her spirit. At this point, Buffy is falling head over heels for Angel, and so this is where I think the monkey comes in.
Livre appliqué de pantalon.
Translation is, the hippo stole your pants. This refers back to her conversation with Oz near the end of What's My Line Part 2.
Oh, look, monkey. And he has a little hat and little pants.
This is not only a reference to Oz's comments and Willow's clear feelings for him, but she is also speaking the language of love. Finally, Joyce, and what this is all about. Sex.
Do you really think you're ready, Buffy?
What?
The question is firstly about what is on Buffy's mind as she and Angel are getting more intimate. Are you ready to have sex? It can also mean, are you ready to kill your lover? And for us, the audience, are we ready for the twist that's about to come?
You okay?
The breaking of the plate could be seen as Angel's soul, or even their relationship as it smashes. This visual is often used in exercises of the futility of trying to repair it. She may try to glue it back together, but it will never be the same, like Buffy, after this point. Buffy runs immediately to her boyfriend's place.
I had this dream that Drusilla was alive.
She is aware that her dreams are prophetic, but still lacks the insight to see past what is right in front of her. I like the subtlety of this scene with Angel. Buffy references what happens with the Master, but has a momentary hesitation to lean into Angel's touch. The dream's foreshadowing already at play, as it has been building throughout the season so far.
I know. This is me. I'm going.
Do you really think you're ready, Buffy?
Buffy, of course, tells Willow all about it.
And he was into it. He wants to see you at bedtime too?
No, Willow. Angel was extremely upset by the hot young blonde coming to his apartment in the middle of the night. Though the show plays it off as a teen speak, Buffy is giving this a lot of mature thought.
I mean, want isn't always the right thing to do. To act on want can be wrong.
True.
But to not act on want...
Buffy's spirit continues to push for what she really wants.
Carpe diem. You told me that once.
Fish of the day.
This is also a great little callback to the pilot episode.
Seize the moment, because tomorrow you might be dead.
I mentioned in my Willow character video that as Buffy's spirit, her subplots tend to ebb and flow with Buffy's own. Something that will be explored as we go through the episodes. And true to form, right after her conversation about Buffy taking her relationship to the next level...
I'm gonna ask you to go out with me tomorrow night. And I'm kinda nervous about it, actually. It's interesting.
Oh, Well, if it helps at all, I'm gonna say yes.
Jumping from one cute budding relationship to the other side of the fence.
You're going, and I'm going. Should we maybe go?
Why?
Xander and Cordelia continue to show their personal character defects.
Maybe we should just admit that we're dating.
Groping in a broom closet isn't dating. You don't call it a date until the guy spends money.
Fine, I'll spend, then we'll grope, whatever.
For her part, Cordy's regressive view of men and money is stereotypical of our culture. She's stuck in the past, which is only encouraged by Xander, that vocalises the reason men capitulate to it.
Fine, I'll spend, then we'll grope, whatever.
At the very core of it, though, when comparing these two on this particular interaction alone, we're not really seeing the best in Cordy.
Well, of course you want to tell everybody. You have nothing to be ashamed of. I, on the other hand, have everything to be ashamed of.
While all Xander is really asking for is to solidify their relationship. Of course, much of my goodwill for Xander diminishes in the next scene.
Buffy, I feel a pre-birthday spanking coming on.
Buffy tells Giles about her dream, who acts with a little more concern than Angel had. Drew is having a party in a mirror to Buffy's birthday, which both sides of the coin will be celebrating.
My gatherings are always perfect.
Buffy is asking to drive, and Joyce breaks the plate, ushering in one of the events of her dream. This immediately is followed by the introduction of Enyos.
Something is different.
Nothing has changed. The curse still holds.
The elder woman is never wrong. She says his pain is lessening.
And finally, the reveal that Jenny Calendar is more than she pretended to be. The setup here is that Jenny will become an antagonist.
You are still Yana of the Kalderash people, a gypsy.
I know, Uncle.
I love this moment for Giles.
We're having a party tonight.
Looks like Mr. Caution Man, but the sound he makes is funny.
There's wisdom in his whimsy.
Buffy's surprise party will go ahead as we plan.
Rule number 32, enjoy the little things.
The transition to night and seeing the school is reminiscent of the opening scene in Season 1, reminding us that the overall message of the season is that school is hell. This could also be another visual cue for the foreshadowing presented by the dream. Buffy is caught by Jenny, and we are being led into what seems to be a trap. Buffy happening across Spike's stooges is, however, just a coincidence, still leaving us to wonder about Jenny, who was just bringing Buffy to the bronze.
What's going on?
As per my previous mentions, I enjoy the symmetry here between Buffy and her spirit.
Sure you're okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Are you okay?
And continuing the idea of symmetry, Buffy opens one of Drew's presents. This time, it's Angel's turn to give some exposition, and in doing so, reminding us again of his age, which is followed up by Giles.
Brought forth to rid the earth, the plague of humanity. Separate the righteous from the wicked, and to burn the righteous down.
He couldn't be killed, yes? An army was sent against him. Most of them died.
And here, Jenny finds her moment.
We need to get this out of town.
Angel.
What?
You have to do it. You're the only one that can protect this thing.
What about me?
Okay, look, it's not all about you, okay?
What, you're just gonna skip town for a few months?
Juliet Landau does a great job of showcasing that Drew can be just as vicious as Angelus when she's upset.
Make a wish.
Why?
I'm going to blow out the candles.
And, despite his impulsive nature, Spike tends towards a little bit more forethought.
He is a wanker, but he's the only one we've got with half a brain.
The ring Angel gives Buffy is a cladder ring.
They exchange this as a sign of devotion.
The ring can be worn in multiple ways. On the right hand, heart facing out, means you are available. On the right hand facing in, as we see here, means you are spoken for. And if worn on the left hand facing in, it means that you're happily married. This is more than a gift, as it comes to remind Buffy of what she lost for the remainder of the season. They are set upon by Spike's men, who manage to get the box. Getting back to the library in the Scoobs, Buffy's heart is playing out one of her inner worries about dating a vampire.
She's got two jobs. Denny's waitress by day, Slayer by night, and Angel's always in front of the TV with a big blood belly.
Giles is concerned about the judge, which prompts...
A true creature of evil can survive the process no human ever has.
What's the problem? We send Cordy to fight this guy and we go for pizza.
The jives have now turned from funny to sad. And not because it's one joke too many, but because of what happened earlier.
Thing with us, despite our better judgment, it keeps happening. Maybe we should just admit that we're dating.
He wants nothing more than to shout from the rooftops. Despite the mean-spiritedness of the jokes, he genuinely likes Cordy.
Can't get over how cool Oz was about all this.
Gee, I'm over it.
You're just jealous because you didn't have a date for the party.
This is followed up by another one of those subtle hints, very easily missed.
Round Robin?
It's when everybody calls everybody else's mom and tells them they're staying at everyone's house.
Mom, hi. It's Andrew.
His own mother doesn't recognise his voice, or is too drunk or preoccupied to recognise it. Buffy has another dream, and I'm thinking 2 sequences in 1 episode can only mean something big is coming. This time, she's in Spike and Drew's lair. There's a quick shot that looks like Jenny Calendar, this representing the gypsy curse placed on Angel. Buffy is wearing a white dress, symbolising purity, as she looks at the pieces of the judge.
Separate the righteous from the wicked, and burn the righteous down.
The entire scene is showing us the tightrope that she's on, a lonely, innocent figure in a den surrounded by sin. Drew has Angel, or his soul, captive, like within the previous dream, and like the previous dream, all of this foreshadows the events that will drive Angel and Buffy to, well, where they've been wanting to get to for a while now. Drew and Spike, meanwhile, have completed reassembling the judge. The judge's opening line is very telling.
You two stink of humanity.
Remembering that vampires don't have souls, this is a reminder to us that despite this, they do still have a capacity and capability for affection.
Yeah? What of it?
Angel and Buffy do a little recon, only to get caught. Drew confirms that she also dreamt of Buffy. They manage to escape through the saws and out into the rain. How convenient. Finally back at Angel's place, and with a need to get undressed, the shippers finally get what they've been waiting for.
Put these on. Get under the covers just to warm up.
There is a lot of heavy lifting done in this episode, a little lighter on the action in trade for more story beats. But it's got to be said, it only works as well as it does due to what's coming, and wouldn't hold up if it wasn't for the next episode in conclusion. The final scene is very well paced, each moment leading to the next until finally they express their love. Angel has one final doubt. As Oscar Wilde once said, "I can resist anything except temptation." And then, in the rest of post-coital bliss, he wakes. And there is an important distinction here, often incorrectly referenced by characters in the show and even Angel included in that. He lost his soul because of true happiness. It's not sex, or as Xander and Riley put it, sex with Buffy. It's all the events that led to this. It's all the pieces fitting into place, being together, the life-threatening situation, reminding him of how fleeting their time together could be, then telling her he loved her and having it reciprocated. The sex is the icing on the cake. The true happiness was in this moment, lying in bed with his lover.
That pretty much sums it up.